It's me again. It's still Saturday. You can tell by the pajamas. Back in the office. I finished vlogging, finished a little organizing before, went out, rested a little bit, woke up, made brunch for everybody. Don't worry, universal precautions. I washed my hands plenty. Didn't cough in anybody's food, or breathe on anybody's food. But took it easy, and then rested after I ate for a little while, and then I came back at it, and I've gotten this far. I'm just taking out a bag of garbage, but I've gotten this far. A second ago you could see my desktop. But then I unloaded a bag of fabric from, believe it or not, from the summer. So this is the fabric we had at the shower for the wedding and for the wedding that we never used. And then Americana fabrics. These are some beads and stuff we used to make those great little sandals for Eden. And then some ribbons and stuff left over from her little ribbon hangy thing that she had, backdrop. I got rid of the iron basket because, I mean, I didn't get rid of it, it's right here, but I don't think I'm going to leave it out on the table. And in fact, the miscellaneous basket I think is going to end up going in the miscellaneous box because it could just be today, but today I want everything on. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I originally was going to tackle this basket of fabric on the floor, which I still think I'm going to do, but what I have to do first is come with me and I'll show you. Let me leave the garbage. So I figured I could show you guys what is in the other room. So here's the office, and across the hall from the office is the guest room. And the guest room used to have, excuse me, let me put on some lights. The guest room used to have the craft table here, but now this is the desk. And it's not perfectly neat because we took down some pictures to put up some books. But this is pretty much the setup for when guests come. And then when we want to close it, when this is empty, you just lay it down on the picture and you close the roll top. I just have these pictures from my brother's wedding. Whoops. And of my, almost all my nieces and nephews that I have to put away. But this here is my fabrics. All my fabrics are in here, and then sewing stuff. There's some patterns, and all of these are fabrics and fabric samples. Here, I'll take this off to show you. Right now I have everything folded via the flip and fold. You guys know the flip and fold? So everything's like that shape exactly, but I've been doing our bedroom in sort of like that. I know she's got a name. I think she's Japanese. She's an organizing lady. She has a method where you fold everything one more time basically, and you stand it up. You can't really see me, but what you do is you basically take your item that you're folding, like your t-shirts or something, and you either do it in thirds more, so it stands up. Where can I stand it up that you guys can see it? And then this way, all you see is the tops, and you basically can be able to see what you have. You don't have to dig through piles of stuff. So currently, right now, when you fold stuff the traditional way, you have to go like this to find all of your different selection, right? So the way we have it organized, like we have our clothes that way now, we just never did the fabric, is this organizing method. And then when you look down from the top, you can see what you have. So that's what we're gonna do, I think. So how about like this? Well, I'll show you. So I've got a big bolt of fabric. I don't know how many yards it is. And that's one thing I should do. I should have done when I bought them, is inventory. You know, put a little sticker on there, the name of it, where it's from. But most of my fabrics came out of the remnant pile, believe it or not. There's very few I paid wholesale for. And then a lot where I was gifted, believe it or not. There was a huge donation made to AHRC from a donor, and it was distributed to the different sites and stuff. And then after it was distributed to all the different sites, we were offered as employees to come and pick some stuff if we found something we liked. I went and I found some lovely things. So I do love toile, as you can tell. If you've taken any bit of a house tour, you know I love toile. But when I had quite a bit of fabric collection, when I gave it away, the reason it looks like I have excessive amounts of toile now is because the only thing I kept was the toile. I know part of everybody's organizing thing is to purge. Purge is a huge thing when you're, purge is sort of a huge thing when you're organizing. It's a lot of people's suggestion when it comes to reorganizing and cleaning. That's true. It to a certain, I don't want to say to a certain extent. Sure, it's true. If you got rid of everything, you wouldn't have to worry about organizing it so much. Does that make sense? Sure. However, then you've gotten rid of everything. And then I don't want to seem like those people who purge are wasteful. And I don't mean to imply that at all. But to me, it just seems that way to me. To me, I feel like I'm wasting to buy stuff just to go ahead and get rid of it or donate it in a little while. You know, I just don't buy it if I can't use it. This is how I know I'm not a hoarder from my fabric. In 2014, at the time, the associate family minister from my church, or Jim's church, or our church, actually it's our church, came to me and said he wanted to do a date night fundraiser. And he had all these plans to use like nice dishes and table linens and to show a movie, and we'll make a fancy dinner. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. To make a fancy dinner and, some nice food or whatever and dessert. And when he had suggested that, he wanted to get nice linens. And I was like, well, if we do regular linens, I have tons of fabric. We can make sort of these table runners. What I've done sometimes in my dining room is I've taken a table runner and I've run it, instead of down the middle of the table, I've run it from side to side. I get 2 of them and I run them from side to side, and they'll be the placemats for the people who sit across from each other. And I thought, as date night, there's 2 schools of date night. You either want to sit next to the person you're with, or you want to sit across from the person you're with so you can talk to them. But we tried to encourage the sitting across from the person you're with. So as date night, what we did was we made these table runners in really pretty toile fabrics, and we connected the 2 people that sat across from each other, because after all, it was in the church all-purpose, multi-purpose room, and it was with buffet-style tables. It wasn't anything fancy. We didn't have like wooden real tables or anything. So that's it. So we decided to do that. So I donated a bunch of my fabrics to that cause. So I don't have them just to have them. I have them in case anybody needs them. It was the way I was with stuff I used to buy on clearance. I've said it before. We never had kids. We used to just get stuff. And I like to be able to do for my family who can't do for themselves or won't do for themselves. A lot of times, my family is practical. Members of my family are very practical, and they won't spend a little bit of extra money to make their lives a little convenient or to make it a little nicer or whatever. And I was able to afford to do that before, so I did. So I used to have lots of stuff in my house that would be like, oh, you need curtains? Well, here, I have these curtains you could pick from. Or, oh, you need curtain rods? Well, I've been saving these curtain rods. Or whatever. So, as I was trying to say, my fabrics aren't just a collection to look at. If I need them, I'll use them. What I'm doing now is I'm just seeing if it won't fit 3 across. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. It won't fit 3 across. So it's 1, 2, 3 won't quite fit. So I was just looking to see if I turn them, will it fit better? But it won't, because it fits to there, and then it has this room left over. So I think I'll just try to squeeze in the 3rd. Maybe I'll put the 3rd long ways, but I have to finish the first 2. what's really funny is the color is like deceiving my eyes. Like, is that brown or is that black? Is that black? This is brown. Is that blue and green? I don't even know. So, I have a cute toile story if you're interested. Well, first of all, if you're interested, I'll tell you why I love toile. I've always been a very simplistic artist. What I mean by that is I love line drawings. I love line drawings much more than I love paintings. And love figure drawings. Love to draw figures. But I think the fact that I love line drawings really drew me to toile. And the first time I was introduced to toile was I used to babysit for a lady whose name was Jenna. And she was come from an affluent family, and she had an affluent lifestyle, which I was not accustomed to. And she was redoing her dining room and picking out some wallpapers, and she did actually ask me for my opinion and what I thought about a few selections, and I just, from that moment, fell in love with toile. Toile was one of the choices, and I was drawn immediately to it. I know I've seen it before that, but not ever put a name to it, or ever realized how much it impacted me until that moment. So does toile make me feel like I live an affluent lifestyle? Maybe. I think it's more the French country feel of it that I like. Excuse me. I think that's really what I'm drawn to. Up. I think we can just about squeeze that third one in there without too much trouble. Yeah, I think some of them might be a little... This one's kind of pretty. Can you see that one? It has a marbled background, almost like a sponged background. So it's like cloudy. It's pretty. And it's in navy blue. Yeah, a lot of times I'd go to closeout. When I lived on Long Island, there was more fabric choices, of course, than there are here in Rolla. But this is gorgeous. This is actually like a tree skirt. It's got the nativity on it. I should make it one day. It's by Daisy Ink. It's actually really pretty. I really just always assumed that I would do something else with it, though. Like make a pillow or pillow cover. Something along those lines. Yeah, I used to go to closeout sales. I used to go shop all of the clearance bins at Calico Corners and Joann's, and we never had Hobby Lobby, but we had other fabric stores, like local fabric stores. I used to shop all that closeout clearance. All right, so this drawer is got that much finished. So there's this much space. So I'm going to get some fabric out of the drawer down below. Ooh, it's heavy. Ooh, it's heavy. Ooh, uh-oh. I was afraid of that. Some of them are just a little taller. Let's see. Let's see. It's really this one that's was kind of growing anyway. It's giving me a hard time. And then these ones where I had to curl up the edges. Let's see. There. And we'll put you over here, Bluey. This one's pretty. It's actually a colored toile. So if you can see a little boy and girl, they're all colored in. It's all their greens and pinks and earthy tones. They're little country colors. Oh, that works. Okay, I'll put this one here. Oh, back here. I might be able to. And then these ones I turn sideways over here. Push it back. Yes. Oh, just the one in the front. All right, down to the next drawer. Now this, one of my best bargains ever, one of my all-time favorite fabrics. I used it to cover my old office chair when I was in New York, and then I covered the seat with plastic to protect it, and I covered the chair with this. And I think I'm going to show you guys how to redo a chair. I know you guys probably have seen tons on YouTube. But it's something I used to do quite often. Like really quite often. And I just haven't had the need for it in quite some time. But I think I'm going to recover the chair, my craft chair. It's a perfectly great color. I just think I want to teach you guys how to do it. And it's the only chair that I currently have that can stand recovering. It's an office chair with no arms, but I have done arms before. Just that I would do Jimmy's, except Jimmy's is not really a covered, it's like that meshy backed, whatever, I don't know. So on to the next drawer. Here are all of the cutout runners from the dinner. So here's a great fabric. Here's a great toile story. I found these toile curtains in a catalog through the country door, believe it or not. And I had previously bought these covered photo boxes, toile covered photo boxes. And then when I was in Walmart, I found fabric that matched the toile covered photo boxes. And I was like, oh, how fun is that? And then here's the fabric that matches the toile covered boxes. And then I found toile curtains. And wouldn't you know, it was the exact same toile pattern. Now, for those of you who are new to toile, there are different patterns. There are different drawings. There are different depictions. Couldn't think of the word. But here is the one that matches the dining room curtains, the box. This is all that I have left of it, I think. Actually, there might be more down here, but I'm pretty sure I don't have much of it left, because I did cover 2 chairs before, and they both got lost in the flood. I think I have pictures of them. I'll insert pictures of them here if I have them. If I can't find them, I apologize. Let's see. I'm umming you a lot. I don't mean to. This ticking, can you see this ticking? This ticking right here? This is what I had my guest room walls covered in New York. If you've seen those flood pictures. The tops were this ticking, top halves of the walls were this ticking, and the bottom halves, I believe, were this green here. Oh, It was a fun project. It's a fun project. I highly recommend everybody do it at least once. Yes, I mean cover your walls in fabric. Okay. I have to tell you, this is a lot harder to do with the upholstery weights. Oh, as you can see. I have to sneeze. Thank you. If you could see, this is actually like, you know, you guys are better at names than me. But it's actually sort of like a polyester, like a fabric clothes. Please, why are you trying to learn anything from me? I can't think of anything.